everybody, name's Matt, Marketing Communications Manager here at Vvolusion, and welcome to 2 Minute Tuesdays, where we give you 2 minutes of e-commerce advice to bolster your online success. Now when it comes to telling the story of your business, branding is the name of the game. And while we could talk about things that you could be doing right, well, it's also sometimes a lot more fun to talk about what you could be doing wrong. So pay close attention, because today I've got 5 branding mistakes that could ruin your business. Firstly, and most obviously, being insensitive is a huge mistake. So make sure you're always being politically correct whenever you're talking to customers or you're just communicating through your website or social channels. The last thing that you need as a small business owner is a PR crisis on your hands, so always be sensitive and always be aware of what you're saying and who you're talking to. Big mistake number 2, making brazen changes to your brand or your product. Now, let's never forget about New Coke back in the 80s when everyone freaked out. In other words, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if you do have big changes, make sure that you communicate those ahead of time to your customers. Third mistake on our list, being inconsistent between your channels. Now remember, your brand is a story, and that story must be told the same way every time that you tell it. In other words, make sure that your design, your tone, the way you speak is 100% consistent across channels. That way people know exactly who you are, wherever you are. Fourthly, don't ignore the follow-up. In other words, if you're sitting there and just branding from the front end, and then when someone makes a purchase and you forget about keeping in contact with them and extending your brand post-sale, you're missing out on a big opportunity, and that will definitely hurt your business in the long term. And last but definitely not least, one of the biggest mistakes you can make from branding is a lack of sincerity. Especially in this day of social media and people having direct access to your business, you want to make sure that you're as sincere as possible, so always make sure that you're being honest and never try to hide something that'll just get you in the end. Keep these 5 fails in mind whenever you're going through your branding exercises. Will definitely minimize the risk of you upsetting some customers, and more importantly, keep your business intact. Have any questions? Leave me a comment in the box below. I'll get right back to you. From me to you, happy selling.